FaceTime. Like, how dare they do that to us?
Oh my God. I was like, did it just cut off?
It did. It said, your life is now just finished. Gave me all stats and everything. Man of God, what is the one sentence that Instagram tried to take out of your mouth?
I was saying every worship leader needs to hear this. And I said, I feel like specifically worship leaders more than almost anyone, because we are so in the front, right? We are so vulnerable. And so anytime we're feeling dissonance inside, it shows, and it has the power to affect our entire gatherings.
Wow.
So the thing that I think every worship leader needs to hear is you are enough. You are enough. And it doesn't matter the mistakes you've made. It doesn't matter. Maybe you are not where you want to be with your talent. Maybe you are battling deeply with insecurity. You are battling deeply with that inner voice just trying to wipe you out, saying, why do you do this? You're not, it doesn't matter. Why do you come here and do this every week? Nobody's being impacted. Nobody cares. Nobody's even lifting their hands, because we feel all of that, right?
It's so good.
But I feel like you are enough. And it is people like you that God uses to literally change the world. It is people like you who have a heart of just sincere worship, to be bare and naked before God, that he uses to change the world. And like, I think about what Jesus told the woman at the well. He says, the time is coming and is now here where it won't matter where you go to worship.
Yeah.
The time is coming and it's now here where it won't matter where you go to worship, because those who worship God must worship him in spirit and in truth. And what Jesus is saying there is he's essentially saying where you go worship is meaningless. Who you are is what matters most. And we're in a time now, we're in quarantine, where we're living this scripture out. Yeah. We're living it out. So worship is not so much about where you go, but it is all about who you are.
So good.
Like, am I willing? And you read, when you really break down that scripture, it's like Jesus is saying, like, are you, like, you must worship in spirit and in truth. Are you willing to just give all of it?
Yeah.
Are you willing to be completely like spirit and truth? It's like that's like every fiber of your being. Like you could be standing here without saying a word and be worshiping.
And be everything.
You know? Like, and I think like if more worship leaders would just soak and bathe in that truth, I think our worship sets would be so much more pure. Yeah. I think our worship sets would be so much more potent. I think our worship leaders would live in a freedom that they have been desperately longing for. And guess what happens when you, as the worship leader, experience freedom? Those people you're leading begin to get free as well. So
that's why he tried to cut you off, because
the devil is a liar.
The devil is a liar. That
when is the conference? Dana needs to put the conference on. I will fly when all this is over to Denver. I will fly to LA. Shoot, I ain't say it. I just want to be in the room.
Martoinne Williams, I am grateful for this. I know I wasn't the only person that was blessed. This was phenomenal. Thank you so much for being